welcome back to my channel and another tidying declutter episode of this series that I'm doing, and it's another gloomy Sunday. I've just washed my hair and we're going to tackle our spare room with the help of a little Winnie. Oh, there she is. So I'm kind of being forced to do this because we are going to have my mother-in-law staying next weekend, and this room needs some looking at. This is kind of not only our spare room but our kind of dumping room. This is where all of our vintage stuff gets housed. I will show you around. It's got all of our big suitcases. We keep those here rather than in the loft. I don't know why. We just do. It's just easier for when we need them. I'm going to turn you around. Brace yourself. And yeah, this is a lot of work to do. Bear in mind it's only 2 o'clock, or it's already 2 o'clock, so I've got a lot to do today, hence why I wanted to get my hair wash out of the way. So I'm going to stand right by the door here and just show you what we're working with. So we've got this random little desk, which, to be honest, I'm over. Darren got it at like an antique centre. We've not done anything with it. It literally just houses some holiday clothing in there. I've got some bits up here like that I've got saved for holiday this year. This is all Christmas stuff. Suitcases need to be put back in their proper corner. We've got all of our fans for the summer. We've got all of our little travel cases and stuff out, so again it just needs to be organised. I tend to keep all my cardigans in here because that's the only place, like, I have no wardrobe or drawer space for that in our bedroom, so they stay in here. And then let me back up. You can't even like see the full extent. Let me come around. So all of this is vintage, and then in the back there is like some storage and just some other random bags and stuff. Again, that is all vintage. And then we've got one wardrobe. There is not one single piecing of clothing in there. Again, it's storage. This is a very typical new build, no built-in wardrobes or anything like that, so it is literally just a blank box, and as you can see we've literally done nothing to it. I've hung up some art and that's about it over the years. I'm very much in a place of I'm ready to move out of this house now, and if we could tomorrow I would. So we're not really decorating, we're not really putting much love back into this house in form of changing it up style wise. But anyway, that's a different story for another day. And then I've got literally, this is like my summer wardrobe, which I just keep in here. So yeah, the little units are falling apart as well. I've got some old photos. I've got some of my old IVF stuff there. Like, literally this room is just a mess. So I want to take everything out. I want to sort out the vintage bags because I'm pretty sure I could probably condense it now. And I just especially want to sort out that corner because we need to give them space to live in here next weekend. Some of the stuff, it will just head into our office temporarily whilst they're here and it will come back, but I just want to get it more organised. So I'm going to do some little time lapses, check in with you here and there. I'm going to stick some videos on my phone to watch, and yeah, let's take you through it. I think I'm going to start with pulling these bags out and sorting out the vintage stuff just so I can put it in the hallway, and then that leaves me room to get right in the corner, which is where we usually store our suitcases, and put these back. And I kind of want to make it more accessible because we do, you know, spend time at my parents', so we do like frequently need to use travel bags, but yeah, they just don't need to live there. Just started to go through some of these boxes, and there are items in there that these are all mine, and there are just items in there that, you know, they came from maybe like Tesco or Asda, and they've not had many views on Vinted. They're not in the best condition. I think I am just going to pull their listings and put them in a charity bag. I want to try and condense this as much as I can. It's overwhelming to me. It's, you know, it's quite stress inducing to look at it all, and yeah, so I think some of it I'm just going to put straight into like a bag for charity.
Something
it's been about an hour and a half and I've gone through pretty much all of the vintage stuff. I've made it into a much better system where everything is in its own category. I mean, it kind of was before, but it was overspilling into other bags, so I'm going to show you what I've done, and then I've just pulled out like all of the travel stuff that I need to go through and try and condense. So I've gone through all of this, not that yet, but I've gone through all of this, and this is all my stuff, and I've created a little pile of bits I'm just going to put to the charity shop because they're not in as good a condition, and some things had even been in storage, and like if a tag had like rubbed on like that white top, it's like discoloured it slightly, so I'm just gonna put it to the charity shop. It's still good, but it probably just needs a wash and that's it. So then we've got football stuff. I'm going to keep that in there. That is all like extra coats and jackets, like men's stuff. That one is all my coats, jackets, bags, and then we've got jeans, so men's jeans and shorts, jogging bottoms, and then in the back one there is all men's polo shirts, tops and shirts. I have taken out these two bags and that just by condensing, which is really good. And then I have also put in here, this is like all Disney stuff, so that's that. I've got this little bit that I need to try and find a home for, kind of more like precious items that I don't really want to get squashed in a bag. And then I've taken out of all the stuff that was in the corner there. So we've got some of these bags that no longer really are airtight, but it's mostly like summer clothes and then some sort of sentimental clothing. And like I said, there's a lot of travel stuff. Christmas jumpers all need to go back in there. And I need to like put some stuff into the suitcases because we don't need like 3 neck pillows out, and I've got like 4 different neck pillows. I really need to sort those out. So that is my next task, so I can get it all back in. I do have this box of suits which is not listed anywhere on my Vinted as of yet, and I probably will need to go back through that and resize it and rephotograph it because it's been probably about a year since I did that, and I don't know what size some of these are anymore, so I'll probably put that in the office. That's where I keep the rest of my like to be uploaded items, so that's going to take a hike out for now. Okay, so we've made a lot of progress since I last checked in. The floor here is bare, and I know this still looks a bit chaotic, but it is all nicely packed away. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see, so I've got the Christmas bag. All the suitcases are in there. They're away, they're easy to get to. I just have to move this unit. Darren sorted out some of his backpacks and other travel bits, that's good. So I've just got these 4 to bring back in, and I probably will just bring them back in for now, but when my mother-in-law does come, I'll probably move them into the office just so they've got a bit more space here. What I would really like to do is sort this closet out, because it is a bit of a state. It's where I sort of keep some of my bags that I don't want stuffed away in a drawer, but as you can see, it needs a little love and attention. I have got my wedding dress in that pink box there. I've got a baby bag because that is a story in itself, as well as like other little baby bits. If you've been around for a while, you know we've gone through IVF and it wasn't successful, so that's there. And there's a lot of like, I'm a very sentimental person, so there's a lot of sentimental stuff in there. Yeah, so this kind of needs sorting out, but I feel like this could be one evening job if I don't get to it today. We are looking pretty good in here. And then I'm just going to refold all my cardigans, see if there's any that I do want to get rid of. I'm going to have a little look in that corner and see what I can do with that. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with the progress we made. Clearly, Winnie has been a very big help, haven't you? I have. I've been snoozing. So yeah, I will catch up with you when I've done a bit more progress. Okay, so we are complete. So this is all a lot tidier, more organised, and we have actual walking room. That's stuff for the charity shop, which I'll sort out. I've just tidied it. I actually went through, there's a drawer in here, I went through, organised all my scarves, so I'm going to get rid of quite a few of those. And yeah, I just feel like there's still a lot to do behind the scenes, but on a surface level, we're in a much more manageable place. So it's now 5 o'clock. I knew this would be a big project to go through, sort out, and like I said, there are things I still want to do. I want to go through my bags, I want to go through that wardrobe, but I just don't have the time. I've got other bits in the house that I want to do before the weekend is out. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little tidy with me, reorganise, reset, and yeah, make sure that you hit subscribe if you want to see more of these, because I feel like there'll be a couple more in the works. And yeah, I'll see you very soon. Bye guys.